It was 1998, about a year after I had given in to Olga's plea to use my company's resources to heal her kid. I was still working at ABI. Well, you'd think I'd have come to my senses by then and quit, but no dice. By that point, ABI had grown from a small regional company producing groundbreaking results to something much larger.
To Husk.
Deborah, Martin, thank you for coming to see me today. We need to talk to you about the department's coming expansion. First of all, we are thrilled and so grateful for both of your contributions. As you know, we've grown considerably in the recent months, and due to that growth, we are splitting up some of the divisions for efficiency purposes. Effective immediately, we'll be moving pharmaceuticals to Shanghai on a permanent basis.
And what about our research? We're not quite pharmaceuticals.
Quite right. I'm happy to say that we are converting the entire pharma lab here at the Anaconda site to focus on your Husk project. We'll be dedicating new resources to it as well. Think of it as dividing and conquering.
Excellent. What sorts of new resources will be available to us moving forward?
We've allotted additional team members and equipment. You should have enough computing power to shave a few years off the genome sequencing project. Please do let us know if there's anything that you need. Our investors feel that this has the potential to be a flagship project for our organization.
We won't let you down.
Of course you won't.
In the late 90s, everything changed at ABI. A new logo, new branding, everything. Everyone was focused on multinationals, and the board pushed ABI to do the same. For us, it meant our tiny lab was able to grow and change, adding personnel and exploring new angles. Deborah and I were appointed as lead researchers. Those were the most fulfilling years of my professional life, but good things don't last. We moved into the new millennium, pushing the boundaries of our research. But then things began to change in 2008. The global financial crisis hit everyone really hard. You'd think that ultra-secret biotech companies would be exempt from this kind of thing, but the money still has to come from somewhere. Our investors began to pull back, one by one. Deborah, what are you doing here? It's late.
I had to lay off another one of our assistants today.
Sarah?
Yeah, but it's okay. She wasn't pulling enough of her weight anyway. It's better that I just do her work.
Deborah, you and I both know that things can't keep going on like this. We're never going to produce anything under these circumstances. We just don't have the manpower.
Don't say that, Martin. We're so close. We just need to put in the hours. If I just work a little harder, we'll get there. It's just not making sense at the moment, but the pieces are all there.
After the crash, things were never the same. The abundance of resources in the early days were drying up. We had to be choosy about which rabbit holes we went down. We were losing money and we were losing time. Research was slow while we were frantic. Mapping the Husk genetics with our limited samples, it just took more time than ABI was really willing to wait. Even as funding stabilized, they didn't reinvest in our project. We lasted a few more years, but we knew that our project couldn't hold on forever. Shanghai had been making huge strides in the pharmaceutical arena. Their recent advancements in the memory enhancement field had proven successful in lab rats. They were scheduled to start human trials shortly. It promised to be a huge profit center for ABI, especially since in a few years they'd hold the patent on a pill that the entire world would want to be taking. ABI was rebranding itself again as a pharmaceutical company, and we were being left in the past. Deborah didn't take it well.
This is not happening.
Deborah, calm down.
They just sent us an email, Martin. An email. It's over? Can't be over. I won't let it be over. email.
We both saw this coming down the line. We knew. Calm down.
Don't you dare tell me to calm down. Everything we've worked so hard for is going down the drain. 1 day to clear the premises? 1 day, Martin? After almost 2 decades of work, this is what they do to us. We just lost everything, and you're just gonna stand here trying to reason with me, Martin? Really?
Don't take it so hard. They'll transfer you to another project. Not everything is lost.
Ugh! You're as dismissive as headquarters is. This was ours. Don't you see that?
Sometimes the timing just isn't right.
We were almost there.
We've been saying that for years. You can't actually believe it, can you?
It was real this time. I just needed a few more months. I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me for a moment. I have to take this.
Okay.
Hello.
This is Paxton.
People are always trying to go into the other room for phone calls as if it actually muffles the sound. You can always hear it through the glass.
No, I understand that we aren't progressing as quickly as anticipated originally, but I assure you we need to keep this project alive. We're on the verge of a major breakthrough. No, please, if there's any way we can maintain the samples in cryo, that's the least you can do for us. That way, if we need to come back to them later, it's worth it. Of course, I'll make sure it's done. Just please, consider letting some modest research continue. To stop now would be to lose the entire investment. Time and money down the drain.
When she got out of the room, she seemed calmer. I don't know what was said on the other end of the line, but I do know that it didn't stop the shutdown. The next day, I was on my way home from ABI. It hurt, not gonna lie, but on the other hand, I was ready for a new chapter. It was a clean way to cut ties and to distance myself from Deborah, the company, and the project. It killed me to leave the research life behind, the intellectual stimulation, but I was relieved that we never finished. Relieved she never got her hands on the key to utilizing the alien DNA structure. To be honest, towards the end, and I'm not proud of this, I had stopped working to move the project forward. It became too toxic and I couldn't keep stepping over people towards a frankly unattainable goal. Deborah was getting out of control and I knew it. I'm not sure we were equipped to handle it. Deborah, however, couldn't imagine a life without ABI. She took the reassignment to another division. Never told me where, said I couldn't be privy to classified information. She loved to hold that stuff over my head. Still, I got the sense that she never quite got over working on the Husk project. She was still looking for a way to get back to it. When we left, she even kept the lab as close to working order as she could, in case she ever got another opportunity to start her work again. That's just the way she was.
When I was a little girl, way back before my dear Mitya was born, my grandmother would watch me most days. She'd bring me into the kitchen and would have me help her with the cooking. My favorite was when she made piroshkis. You know, dumplings. You must roll the dough out, cut, then add the filling, close, put in boiling water, then serve with melted butter and sour cream. Simple, delicious. We spent hours making them. I remember sitting at the kitchen table with her watching me as I ate a big pile of piroshkis. Ah, those were good days. I never taught Mitya how to make his great-grandmother's recipes, and now I wonder if I ever will. I have been in my kitchen making piroshki since 5 a.m. this morning. Towers of plates are stacked all over the place, threatening to topple on me. I wonder if some of the officers on Dimitri's case would like some. It's a good excuse to check in on what they think they are doing.
Oh, Mrs. Olga, what are you doing down at the station? Is everything okay?
Oh, yes. I had some extra piroshkis I made, and there's nobody at home to eat them, so I thought maybe you'd like a plate?
Well, that's mighty kind of you.
It's the least I could do.
Well, I'll be showing share these with the whole team on your son's case. People are like vultures in the lunchroom. You leave something for 5 minutes and it disappears.
Thank you, Warren.
By the way, those flowers that I brought over to your house yesterday?
I know they weren't from your cat, Warren.
Good.
I need some time. Dimitri needs to come home before I can think of anything or anyone else.
Oh, of course. Well, you know where to find me. Thanks for the dumplings.
Of course.
And Olga, we're working really hard to find him. He's out there, I know it.
I learned in my high school years, before ABI, that it starts with double cleansing, a water and an oil step. You need to wash away any remnants of the day. The dirt from the outside world penetrates the top layers of your skin, and you need to get down in there and clean it out before it creates blemishes. It's crucial for proper skincare. Mom would say, "Deborah, you're getting older. What are those lines around your eyes? I don't remember seeing those last time you visited." Come on now, you know better than that. Outer beauty leads to inner beauty. Next up, the toner. Nothing too astringent. Just really something to ensure that everything is cleaned off your face. The basis of a good skincare routine is all about self-care and making sure that you stay clean to prevent infection. Next up, treatments and essences. Most people buy some pre-made formula with a lot of chemicals in it, but I've made my own blend to ensure the perfect treatment every time for my skin. Vitamin C does wonders for making my skin bright. Deborah, stop reading and pay attention to what I'm telling you. Put on some makeup, go to the mall, be a kid. You need to at least try to make friends. And for God's sake, stop wearing that ponytail. Let them see your glorious hair I gave you. I round out my routine with a sheet mask, followed by moisturizer to really lock in those treatments and help my complexion look fresh. Remember, skincare is all about consistency and using the right products. Remember that healthy skin ensures a win. When I finally figure out how the Husk do it, how they extend life for so long, I can leave this skin regimen behind. Until then, moisture is key. Mort, you're late, as always.
My signature power move. Deborah, you know that I'm a busy man. There are other departments that have issues, and this project is frankly supposed to be out of my hair by now. Yet, here we are.
Here we are. Are you still a steak fan?
Yes.
This is the best that Anaconda has to offer. Might I suggest the tenderloin? It's somewhat of a specialty around here.
If you can call anything a specialty around these parts.
Well, someone's testy. Just trying to offer up suggestions. Get whatever you want.
Welcome to Barclay 2 Supper Club. What can I interest you in tonight?
I'll have the porterhouse. Well done.
Fries or baked potato with that?
Baked potato.
To drink?
Gin and tonic, light on the tonic.
And for the missus?
Oh, we're not.
She'll have the tenderloin, bloody, with a baked potato, a whiskey neat, whatever is top shelf here.
All right, we'll get those orders right in for you and be out with the relish tray.
Well, let's not dance around this, Deborah. You're creating problems for me.
I'm doing my best to recover the asset and prepare to finish what we started all those years ago.
No, Deborah, you are causing the problems for me. This obsession with this dead-end project needs to stop.
If you just give me a little more time, you won't have to worry about this anymore.
I'm a busy man. I should be in Shanghai dealing with whatever crisis pharmaceutical is cooking up this week. Instead, you're dragging me out to this hellhole again, probably taking years of my life with the layers of arsenic in the soil. This ends now, Deborah.
And the boy?
Forget the boy. I don't care. Do whatever you have to do. Just let it go. I've looked the other way as long as possible. You've had enough time. Just don't waste any more of mine. If you do, there will be consequences. Do you understand me?
And here we have your drinks and the relish platter. Some meat and cheese as well. The rest of your food will be out shortly.
Thanks. Give me the weekend to get this sorted out. If Dimitri goes, he's not replaceable. We won't get this opportunity again. Just the weekend, please, as a favor to me.
I don't know. I've been told explicitly that this is to end immediately.
Mort, focus. It's not just about pharma anymore. People are obsessed with lifestyle, youth, skincare. What if we could extend our vibrant years or even turn back the clock? Wouldn't you like to be a young, strong, vital man? Everything you know now and everything you've worked for in a young man's body. Don't you want that? This is what's at stake. Just give me this weekend.
Well, I suppose one more weekend couldn't hurt. But it ends there, though. No more favors. Finish it. And remember, don't play with your food.
I understand.
What'll it be, ma'am?
Whiskey. And a glass. Leave the bottle.
Yeah, you got it.
Have you ever heard of ABI?
But what?
ABI. Anaconda Biotech Industries Global.
Nope. Know nothing about it.
Good. It's better that you haven't heard of it. They'll lead you on only to chew you up and spit you out.
Ma'am, I think maybe you had enough to drink. Just let me grab that bottle back.
No. Leave it. It's mine. It's mine.
Well, either keep it together or I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, ma'am.
Don't ma'am me. Now, let me tell you a little something about me.
Oh, brother.
There was never any question that biology was where I belonged. One day, when I was going through a stack of old papers when I was clearing out my mother's house after she died, I came across my old high school diary. Yes, I was the type of person that kept a diary religiously in high school. When you watch a heartwarming high school coming-of-age story, girls often write details about their crushes and the latest party. Not me. I had some friends that I saw at school, but I was still that girl sitting in the corner of a bedroom on a Saturday night, warm cup of tea in one hand and a textbook in the other. I never regretted it. Sure, there were flashes of that deep kind of loneliness you get when you realize that everyone was out of the house and you're sitting there alone. That was few and far between. Mostly I was engrossed in thoughts and in my projects. By 15, I'd entered a cryptology competition, and wow, did I hit my stride. I wasn't invited to parties, but I sure as hell was popular in the cryptology community. Oh, it felt good to have an academic community behind my back. It was an example of everything I looked for as an adult. Everything that I'd hoped maybe I would be. I guess I was wrong about it being a big, happy science family. Never trust anyone. What did you say your name is?
Oh, I didn't. But now that you're finished, would you please leave? I'm taking the bottle. I'm sorry. I'm not serving you anymore.
I'm not serving you anymore. Well, I'm not drinking anymore. Good night.
Husk is a production of ABI Global, written and produced by Emma Brown and Sean Abplanalp, associate producer Elliott Jacobson. For a full list of cast, go to huskpodcast.com.